Hi, this is Mark at learnhowtogarden.com, and in today's episode of the 10-Minute Gardener I'm going to talk to you about one of the most important things you can do in your garden. But before we get on with today's episode, if you're not a subscriber to Learn How to Garden, there's a link just below this video. Hop over to the website. All it costs you is your email address, and as a subscriber you get our monthly email update with what we're doing in the garden, one or two recipes that don't appear on the general YouTube channel, and one or two videos again that don't appear on the YouTube channel. So if you just want to hop over there and come back, and we'll start with today's episode. Today's episode is called the 3-to-1 rule, and I think it's really important that in gardening you remember this rule. It really is one of the ones you shouldn't break, and that is you want to spend 3 times as long in your garden, either sitting, contemplating, thinking about or planning your garden as you do working in it. A garden is a place of serenity, it's a place of joy, it's a place to, enhance your life, and that shouldn't be just about work. So in today's episode what we're going to do is I'm going to show you some essentials for that. The first is a wet tea towel. The second is a dirt cheap bottle of white wine, and that's come out the fridge. We need some of this. And the third is some nice mayonnaise, which I shall just pop into this little white container. So we popped some mayonnaise into this little ramekin. If you weren't here, if we weren't filming this, trust me, there'd be no ramekin, there'd just be the jar of mayonnaise. So we lean down and pull out one of these beauties. Now the fastest return for you in your garden are radishes. It's 28 days, that's all it's taken. Sometimes in the summer it'll only be 21 days. And beautiful little things. Now people don't know what to do with a radish. Take the radish, break off the end, wipe it on the damp tea towel, pop it in the mayonnaise, and savour what you're growing. What we are doing is growing things to eat. And while you sit in your vegetable garden, think, why am I doing this? It's so that you get beautiful, tasty veg. You're not going to get it fresher than this. Radish out the shops are awful. They're just bloody tasteless. These things are the easiest thing to grow, and they're not as bitter as the things you buy. And while you sit here, look around and think, what recipes am I going to use? How am I going to eat the things I'm growing? What's life about? What should I be doing? This is what gardening is about, sitting and contemplating your garden. Remember the 3-to-1 rule, 3 times as long, thinking about, planning, just enjoying it as working in it. One of the reasons for the 10-minute garden is so that you have longer to think and less time grafting away. There are lots of books that tell you should spend hours doing this and hours doing that. The whole point of this is that in 10 minutes a day you are going to grow all these things, and the rest of the time you can think about it. I hope that's been of some use to you. If nothing else, you'll know that dirt cheap white wine goes with radishes and mayonnaise. So that's Mark from the 10-Minute Gardener at Learn How to Garden saying thanks a lot, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode.